DAE find TikTok, Insta Reels and YouTube Shorts unwatchable? My issue with Insta and YouTube is that both Meta and Google already have years of data on me. So many Reels, at the very least, are in the realm of relevancy. I have to start from scratch with TikTok and I find those videos unwatchable because of that fact. I have the app, but it collects dust in my app drawer. I do not have the attention span to sift through the stupid viral vids, the stupid voiceovers, etc. I enjoy a little bit of the Instagram Reels for car videos and cooking stuff. But everyone else sort of sucks. Like the Reels work with Instagram, because it complements the photos pretty well, aside from Instagram hurting photo posts. TikTok is too cringy and generic. YouTube Shorts are god-awful and make no sense for a platform meant for 5+ minute long videos. Snapchat? That Snapchat story page is just as filled cringy garbage. I just hate that Carl Sagan was right about the world's attention span. We're doomed. I find them unwatchable mostly because I have no control over the video. I can't rewind 5 seconds or skip. And I can't control the volume without having to adjust my headset's volume. Content is usually, okay / after some hours of letting the algorithm learn from you. But I don't care enough until they do lamau. On an unrelated note, my attention span sucks and I should get tested for ADHD, but I usually have no trouble with 10 to 20 minutes videos from guys like Ostrom, Veritasium, Kurzgesagt, even some longer videos like those Isaac Arthur, Not Just Bikes, and Nile Red upload. Are Jews not allowed to talk about Judaism to Gentiles? There is no prohibition about telling Gentiles about Judaism. No. Therese, not at all. In fact, in my experience, they tend to be happy to share their culture and traditions. Of course, that has also been in settings specifically designed for that, like in religious dialogue or my local Jewish food festival. It is worth noting that Jewish people don't believe in proselytizing or recruiting people for conversion. But that doesn't mean they won't ever share anything. My guess is that it's something about the way or what you're asking that makes it awkward. What questions are you starting with and in what context? It's fine. But you should make sure you're approaching them in a reasonable way. You don't want to just put them on the spot. In general, asking minorities questions like can put them in an awkward spot, where you're putting an expectation on them to educate you or whatever. Greater than they don't change the subject. Just silent for a short while and talk about something else. That sounds like a way of trying to drop a hint / collect themselves. And then changing the subject. In the US, except for the South, where it seems to be common for church members to recruit, it is a bit off to ask strangers about their religion. In New England, bit might even seem rude. Like religion is a private matter. And something you might talk about among good friends. Certainly not strangers. That said, you might read the Hebrew Bible, aka Old Testament, to Christians, if you want to know the backstory. Especially the first 5 books, aka the Torah or Books of Moses. NRSV is a good translation. The key difference from Judaism in the Bible and how it is practiced today is that the faith was centered around the temple, which was destroyed by the Romans in 70 CE. They think companies forcing employees to say specific things is creepy as shit? Yeah, I hate going places where employees are forced to say shit like this. It's completely disingenuous and incredibly disturbing to have employees forfeit their personalities and be treated like automated figures instead of people. Especially when they're made to use strange and unusual language like that. Even the customers get creeped out. Yeah, I hate group talk. I can't go to most churches BC of the unison speaking. I hate it. Let people be themselves and say what they want. It's military and it's how larger, older organizations worked, kept cohesive before you had Zoom. Cultist / military / controlling / fascist, all forks from the same branch. I don't really think you understand what you're talking about. Completely agree. I was a server for years. And never told explicitly what to say. It's just being polite and genuine. And I think it's obvious to the customer when you say something you came up with versus some corporate garbage. I know it's fake. It's not their real personality. Just let the people be themselves. I don't understand why they feel the end to control their employees' behavior down to what they say. It's fucked. That's like working customer service over the phone. For those of you who don't know and like to talk to people because you're friendly, is there anything else I may assist you with today? It's just code for please just STFU and get off the phone. We have call goals we have to make. I don't have time for this shit. What would you be doing if money wasn't a concern? Help my family financially because Therese lawsuits against each other. That wouldn't solve most of the issues. But the ones that require money. There's unsolvable personality conflicts. I would buy the most expensive PC I can find and play No Man's Sky on the best settings. And also, Space Engine. I would also try to find the best quality meat out there and prep it in a freezer for an entire year. Buy an aircraft carrier. Convert the deck into a racetrack that I could reconfigure with a few barrier changes. But leaving enough space for helicopter access and a beast of a barbecue deck. The aircraft storage would be for racecar storage. Would show up outside the harbor at Monaco during the Grand Prix there just to remind the mega yacht owners who's daddy. Own a bunch of property somewhere private with my own private runway so I could travel around to cities on a whim. Am an instrument-rated pilot. Have a huge garden for fresh fruit and veggies. Lots of animals like dogs. Goats. Maybe some random llamas. Rescue senior dogs and take care of them in their final days. Writing. I took a couple of years for myself and mostly just wrote. It was pretty sweet. Wrote 2 books. Took a couple of classes. Learned a whole bunch. Still trying to fit it in where I can, but having to juggle it with the reality of money and getting a career back on track and all that. Money isn't a concern for me. I just live life, I'm getting old, and now that I'm in a very secure position in life and I don't have to work at all anymore, I enjoy things I previously couldn't. For example, I started to game. My friend kid got me into it. I don't have a family or wife, so I have a lot of time. Mainly I go to bars and restaurants. Sleep around a lot mainly.